Việt Nam ơi, cùng đoàn kết đánh bay Corona.
Music has been an intangible bridge between people for a long time. Music brings connection, compassion, and love. Or, according to Martin Luther King Jr., music is the best consolation for despaired men. We've seen a lot of difficulties and challenges through the hard time because of COVID-19 here in Vietnam and around the world. The government and people of Vietnam have made great effort to fight this pandemic. Besides mainstream forms of media, we've been encouraged in fighting this COVID-19 by a series of covers, which are taking the melodies and came up with a new lyrics from modern to traditional music by artists. One of the famous song highlights the fighting pandemic spirit has been appreciated is Trong, Fight COVID-19, which performed by the singer Kyo York in folk music and rustic song lyrics arranged by music lecturer Húc Đạo Minh.
Mọi người cố gắng lắng nghe, không nên tiếp xúc, hãy tránh xa Corona, hãy tránh xa Corona.
Welcome to Sharing Vietnam on VTC 10 Net Viet channel. Today, we would like to introduce to you a singer, Mr. Kyo York, who contributed to the spread of the message anti-COVID-19 in Vietnam. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, and it's great to be here on Sharing Vietnam today.
First of all, I would like to congratulate you on successfully launching the song COVID-19 and receiving a lot of appreciation from viewers. So I would like to ask you the question, where is the idea of the song anti-COVID-19 come from?
Throughout my career here in Vietnam, I really love traditional music, and if you have followed along with my journey here in Vietnam, you'll see that I cover a lot of really famous traditional songs. And so when I heard the song Trong, I thought to myself, that would be a great song because it's a song that is so near and dear to every single Vietnamese person. It's a song that they've learned when they're in elementary school, and it exists in the hearts of everybody here in Vietnam. So I wanted to find a song that would be really, really familiar, easy to sing, and suitable for any age. So when I chose the song Trong, I went to a friend of mine who was a composer, and I said, I'd like a set of lyrics that would be suitable for the COVID-19 pandemic. And he said, sure, that sounds like a great idea. So he began to write the lyrics, and together we came up with a set of lyrics in Vietnamese that went very well with the melody of the song. And then from there, I decided that I would take that melody and translate the Vietnamese version to English so that not only can people here in Vietnam enjoy it, but people like expats living here in Vietnam can enjoy it, and also people from overseas can enjoy it as well. But mainly, of course, when I do music, my target audience is always Vietnamese people. So I wanted to do something that was special for them, and something that would make them feel a little more happy during this really, really tough time here in Vietnam and for the world. So that's kind of where that idea came from. And that actually came after a cover of the song Gen Covid that I did previously. So I wanted to continue to do a couple of different songs and a couple of different informative videos about how to keep yourself safe as some kind of a sharing activity during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah. So what do you think when you perform a song that is adapted from a folk song from Vietnam?
For me, I always tried to keep the spirit of the song. So there are a lot of songs in Vietnamese that are extremely difficult to sing. One example of that would be a song called Con Duyên, and that's a song in a Quang Ho style, which is from Bắc Ninh in the north. The way that you can sing that song, or you can try to sing that song, it's very, very complicated in the way that you have to kind of flick your voice and do a lot of vocal patterns. With Trong, it's a little bit easier because it's a standard melody and it's kind of easier to sing. It's, I think anybody can sing it, really. So I wanted to do it while maintaining its spirit, but then giving it a little special twist. And also, you know, creating some sort of like an impact on the listeners for that song. So I'm really excited when I see that like a lot of people shared the song, did covers of the song. I was doing live interviews from my house. I was on the radio talking about that song and getting it out there. So I'm really, really happy with the reach that song created, and I'm happy that it was able to get into the hearts of people during a tough time.
Yeah, so I think that just in a short time, you and your equipe have to work a lot to produce and to launch so many songs like that. And the songs is kind of difficult because it is adapted from folk songs of Vietnam. So do you have any difficulties in doing the things?
I'm really lucky to have an amazing team of people that work with me. That includes about 5 people that work very closely with me to create pretty much every single piece of media that I've delivered to the public in the past 7 years of my career. And so they're very quick. They're always very quick and they work very well together. Unfortunately, for these 2 last songs, we all had to work in separate places. So I had to actually film myself singing the songs. I had to send it to my editing team who were in a different area, and they had to edit privately, and then it had to get approved by my management. I had to go record it at the recording studio. It had to be mixed. So everything happened like in different places. However, I'm really happy to say that that didn't really stop my team from being extremely quick with getting the material out. And I feel like that's such a gift, and I feel so blessed to be able to have such an amazing team of people that work with me.
So even though you have a lot of difficulties, you feel blessed because of your team and your equipe.
Totally, yeah.
Trong Fight COVID-19 makes a good impression with catchy lyrics and lively folk melody from the north. In the video, Kyo York appeared in an áo dài, traditional costume of Vietnam. He helped to spread the active fight COVID-19 spirit by his own voice. The song got compliments from Mr. Nguyễn, Director of Department of Press, Ministry of Information and Communications of Vietnam, and the U.S. Embassy in Hanoi. In addition, there have been more than 16 press offices and television programs sharing the song for conveying meaningful messages and raising the spirit of people in the difficult time.
You do stay far away from coronavirus, its name's COVID-19. It's tiny and unseen. You can catch it, get sick and be contagious without knowing it.
Về bài chống cơm chống Covid-19 á, cái bài đó thì đối với tất cả mọi người thì rất là quen thuộc. Nên là nhưng mà khi mà Kyle biến tấu lại lời của bài hát để nói về cách dịch và phòng chống dịch thì nghe rất là thú vị và hấp dẫn. Nói chung cái giai điệu mà dân ca Việt Nam thì nếu mà đối với một người nước ngoài hát để mà ra được cái thần thái cũng hơi khó, nhưng mà Kyle thể hiện rất là tốt và nhanh. Nói chung cái bài đó làm rất là nhanh, thì mọi thứ nó cũng đang giống như đang cần gấp rút đó, thì trong lúc mà thu âm và lúc phát hành trong vòng 1-2 ngày thôi. Kyle nói chung Kyle là những cái bài đó rất là tốt.
Your song was not only highly appreciated by the listener, the audience, but also praised by Mr. Nguyễn from the press department. So what do you think about that?
I'm so happy when this song got to the ears and eyes of a lot of really, really big official people in both the Ministry of Health, in the press, in my embassy here, my American embassy. a lot of people contacted me and gave me very, very positive feedback. And these are people that I've never actually met in person before. So it was exciting for me to be able to do something that really moved them and caused them to contact me and, you know, say, oh, thank you, this is great, this is amazing, this is exactly what we were looking for, especially, you know, garnering the attention of the Ministry of Health, because I'm so proud of what the Ministry of Health has done during the course of this pandemic here in Vietnam for the Vietnamese people, both here and overseas. And, you know, the challenge that this pandemic has created for the world is something that will affect globally for a very, very long time. Yeah. And so during the beginning of this, I don't think I really wanted to do something that was young and trendy and, you know, kind of like quick. I wanted to do something that would remain, like create some sort of a product that people will remember for a very long time. And so that's why I think using folk music was a wise choice for that, because, you know, much like cải lương or bolero or any kind of traditional style of music, it remains in the hearts of the people of that country forever and ever and ever. Like, even for me, country music, country western music from the United States, every time I hear it, it's like I'm taken back to
it reminds you of your childhood.
Exactly, yeah. So I wanted to create that feeling for people here in Vietnam, and I'm really lucky that it got to the right people.
I don't think you're lucky, because you did a good job, and the song is really like spreading around, and I think like choosing folk song is also a smart choice.
Thank you so much.
And the song is great.
Thanks.
Most important thing is because your product is not only for commercial, but it's from your heart. It's what you want to say, and you want to create impact to the society.
Totally. Yep.
Among the music genres of Vietnamese people, which ones you like the most?
Oh, that's so hard to say.
Or which one impressed you the most?
Well, I think, you know, I think folk songs are so important to me because it helps me to learn more about Vietnam as a country and as a culture and in history. And like a song like Trong, it taught me a lot about what a Trong is and why does it exist and what is its significance and what does that mean? You know what I mean? So, you know, I feel like my journey here in Vietnam is like me picking up artifacts and collecting them and examining each individual piece. And music for me is that way too. And if I had to choose one type of music that really has made an impact on me, I would say that, like, you know, definitely like cải lương is a huge genre that I love to listen to and I love to explore, and also Wang Hao, because they're very starkly different. One is from the north, one is from the south, but they're very interesting to research and sort of understand where it comes from and why it was developed and how it was developed then again as a sub style of music, like cải lương, for example, then evolved to đơn ca tài tử. So that's so it became a very, very like human communication where people could sit and do a cải lương type style, but in a very informal setting. So, you know, it's also proof that music lives in all of us. It's something that is natural and it's amazing, and it's the most wide form of communication for every human being, even before languages. So I think that's what the power of music is, and that's why I love it so much.
Yeah. Thank you for taking your time to be here today and for your interesting sharing.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for inviting me here on Sharing Vietnam. And I hope I'll have a lot of opportunities to come back and talk about a lot of different topics. Thanks for watching, guys.
It's the end of the show. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Corona không có nữa đâu, trái đất này sẽ thật tươi đẹp. Corona không có nữa đâu, trái đất này sẽ thật tươi đẹp.